Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Safe Homes for All campaign launch fundraiser. Can you guys hear me okay? All right. My name is Karina. I use she, her pronouns. I am a member of Tacoma For All. I'm also a steering committee member for Tacoma For All. I have been a longtime tenant in Tacoma. I'm also a member of the Tacoma Democratic Socialists of America, where I am one of our co-chairs for our Immigrant Justice Committee.
Wow. You're very impressive. Hello, my name is Josiah, he, him. I am the co-chair for the Housing Justice Committee for the Tacoma Democratic Socialists of America. Thank you. Big shout out to Jackie, who's the other co-chair, and generally, she's great. Yeah, let's get started. So, we are currently gathered in the incomparable Urban Grace Church. Big round of a hand. Yeah, we'll go with that. Big round of applause for being able to be in this space. Thank you. Yes. And just a couple, thank you. House rules. The bathrooms are located there and there, single-use bathrooms. We also have more through that way and others in that area there. So if you need to use the bathroom and you haven't already found them, we have designated spot for that.
And we wanted to give a thank you to Chef Chantel Jackson of Time Well Spent for the beautiful meal. And thank you to everyone who's over there processing everybody through the buffet. Please wait to clean up until after the program and save room for cake at the end of the night. You guys are excited about the cake. And we want to thank a couple of our campaign endorsers and key partners tonight. AFSME Council 28, UFCW 367, Indivisible Tacoma, Common Good Tacoma, the Tacoma Democratic Socialists of America, Puget Sound Alliance of Retired Americans. And we also want to give a shout out to all of the staff of Tacoma For All this evening. And also the volunteers, thanking volunteers who helped make tonight, this community dinner a success at every stage, whether that was organizing the food, phone banking, working on the website, setting up the buffet or decorations, signing people in, and then cleaning up after tonight. This work takes a lot of people and a lot of hands, and we appreciate every single one of you, so thank you.
And of course, a big thank you to our table hosts, those people who are kind of running the show. Yes. Now, these table hosts have rallied our friends and our community to this event tonight, and they have been given a packet that has fundraising materials in it. Please have those ready, but do not yet distribute. Easy, Bev. The materials until we invite you to do so later. Thank you. Now, we're here tonight to demonstrate exactly what we're willing to give to ensure that Tacoma has safe homes for all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We're here to look at the time, the treasure, and the talent that we are willing to contribute to give tenants clear path to dignified housing. I want you guys to ask yourselves that for yourself. What are you willing to give? Of your time, of your talents, and of course, kind of the theme of the night, your money. What will give us the ability to equip the city with the power to keep the working class safe? That's what we're going to have answered here tonight. Now, we are going to try and get at least $30,000 just tonight to kick off this initiative. I know. 30 large. And I think that we can do that. And I think that we're going to make that happen now.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do tonight, and we're a good way there already with 2 donors leading the charge with generous match gifts up to $12,500. So that's right, our first $12,500 is in the room with us if we can match them there. A big thank you to Timothy Vega and Nexus Legal Counsel for getting us started. We're so grateful for you. And we aren't donating just yet, table hosts, so please hang on to your packets till later. We'll share more details, but we want you to think about what you're ready to give tonight and to ensure tenants' rights here in Tacoma. We're here tonight to fuel the journey ahead, and we have fabulous community leaders that are here to tell us why this evening. Tonight we will hear from great speakers, each vital contributors to our tenant movement here in Tacoma. We'll hear from Rachel McDonald, organizer of the newly launched McIlvain Tenants Union.
We'll also hear from Pastor Shalom Agtarap, who will share with us about the power of community solidarity and caring for one another. And I'm very excited for that. Yes. And then we'll hear from Tacoma's City Council member, Latasha Palmer, who will remind us of the opportunity this initiative presents to the active city government, codifying renters' rights and embodying Tacoma's working class roots. But to start off, we'll hear from someone who has been in this since the beginning. We'd like to welcome Kashana Curtis to the stage. Kashana is the vice chair of Tacoma For All. She's a tireless advocate for her work, and she's fed us, she's rallied us, and she's taken your questions, your calls, she's done everything. And tonight, she's here to remind us what all of that has been about. Please help me welcome Kashana Curtis to the stage.
Thank you. Wow, y'all look good today. Hello, everyone. My name is Kashana Curtis. I am the vice chair of Tacoma For All. She, her pronouns. Thank you so much. I am so happy to be here with you all tonight as we gather to spotlight the work that Tacoma For All has done and continues to do to actualize its mission of uniting tenants, workers, and community members to transform Tacoma into a city governed by and for working people. Tonight, we gather for the shared purpose of fueling the work we have ahead of us. It is our goal to raise $30,000 in order to successfully run an initiative campaign and win big for tenants and workers again in the face of our opposition. It's a tall order, but I have faith in us. Tonight, we will gauge just how far we are collectively willing to go. I invite you to take a look around you, to your left, to your right. Yeah, take it all in. Everyone looks good, I'm telling you. So many of us come from different backgrounds and walks of life. Though we are in the same room, we each have arrived with different levels of understanding and awareness of the issues that have brought us here. Speaking of backgrounds, I have a background in the mental health field, and in this field there's something called motivational interviewing and the 5 stages of change. Maybe you've heard of it. In this theory, there are 5 stages of change, and I think just by virtue of you being here, you are likely past the first 2 stages, which are pre-contemplation and contemplation. It's likely that you have already begun thinking about the issues around housing and the affordability crisis. I'd bet that most of us here fall somewhere between stages 3 and 5. Stage 3 being preparation, where you're planning, preparing to make change. Stage 4, which is action, where you have taken some sort of action towards solving a problem. And then finally, the 5th stage is maintenance. This is where you are sustaining change. If you are here, there's a good chance you or someone you love has been negatively impacted by the housing crisis and its increasing volatility. There's a good chance you are sick and tired of being rent burdened, seeing your neighbors on the street, and being mistreated by landlords who don't value your life. You are ready for change. But being ready for change does not always mean you're ready to take action. And taking action may not always mean you're ready to sustain that action. So tonight, it is my hope that whichever stage you find yourself in when you walked into this building, that you leave here having taken one step beyond that. Because the truth is, it's going to take more than thoughts, prayers, and well-meaning sentiments to bring about the change that we want to see. I know many of you have heard the saying, love is a verb. It's not something we simply feel or proclaim, but something that moves us to take action. June Jordan has a powerful poem that I think beautifully demonstrates what this means. In her poem, Intifada Incantation, she says, I said I loved you, and I wanted genocide to stop. I said I loved you, and I wanted nobody thirst, and nobody cold. I said I loved you, and I wanted justice under my nose. I said I loved you, and I wanted housing to be for people and not for profit. I said I loved you, and I wanted you to be able to unionize without retaliation from your landlord. I said I loved you, and I wanted your heat to work during the wintertime. I said I loved you, and I wanted safe homes for all. How far are we willing to go to demonstrate the love that we say we have for each other and for our fellow neighbor? It is with this recognition that to love is to be moved to action, to invention even, that we find ourselves here tonight. In 2023, we secured the strongest tenant protections in the entire state. And now we are here making sure our hard work was not in vain. If we remember the stages of change, before we get to action or invention, we must prepare, we must dream. So, as you take it all in tonight and participate in tonight's program, I want you to keep your individual dream of what life will be like when everyone finally has access to a safe home at the forefront of your mind. And throughout the night, let the dream leave the confines of your imagination. Let it spill out of your lips when you're talking with a person to your left and to your right. We need to hear it. Our dreams need to meet so that together we might build one that is vast enough and strong enough to hold us all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's do this.
Thank you so much, Kashana. Please give it up for Kashana and her powerful speech. We want to give a shout out to TATU, which stands for the Tacoma Tenant Outreach and Organization, who has been leading the tenant building and unionizing work in Tacoma and has launched several tenant unionizing apartment complexes.
Yeah. Next, we'd like to, of course, welcome Pastor Shalom to the stage. Pastor Shalom has been a vital supporter of our work also since the beginning. Will you turn that for me? Thanks. She cultivates our community's opportunities, resources, faith, and bonds through her work at United First Methodist Church Tacoma and Common Good Tacoma. And we are so grateful she's here tonight. Shalom, everyone.
I feel like I should start with, it was a dark and stormy night because of this uplighting, but it's all good. We will work with it. What's up, y'all? How are you? My name is, that's right. Anybody who's been in my presence where I've had the mic will be used to this, but I want you to spend the next 90 seconds turning to maybe not the person you came with at your table, but somebody at your table. You're saying, hey, how are you? This is one curiosity I have about this campaign. Ready? Go. We need to do this work together, amen? That's where I come from. I come from the church. And amen could mean in your tradition, ashe. It could mean, yes, I will. It could mean, may it be so. It could mean all number of things, but it's ways that we get into alignment because we've got a mighty big work to do, amen? We have to be able to turn to one another and say, I'm in this, and I have a question. I'm here, I'm gonna give my money, I'm gonna give my time. I might stand and collect signatures alongside you with this sprint toward 9,000 signatures to get this on the ballot. I'm in this, and I have a question. We need to be able to build movements that are responsive to what's happening on the ground. Amen? We have to be willing to say, you know what, we didn't quite figure that out. Would you help us figure that out? I think this is the failure of coming up in kind of big D democratic institutions. Somebody always had it figured out, and they just gave us a leaflet and said, show up. Do you all know that bridge in Honduras, the Choluteca Bridge? Do you know what I'm talking about? You can Google it now if you want to. You don't need to. But this bridge in Honduras, because of Hurricane Mitch, completely changed the landscape. And now this bridge is over land, and the river is on that side. So there's a useless bridge somewhere, and I feel like big, huge democratic institutions have given us a lot of useless bridges. Amen, amen, amen. And we still have the potential to be like water. That's not Jesus, that's Bruce Lee. But be water, my friends. Let's be responsive to the movement of the people. Let's be responsive to the tenants who are organizing. Let's be responsive to those who are being impacted, because those closest to the problem are going to be the ones to deliver the solutions. Let's be like water in spite of the despair and exhaustion around us, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of all these folks who have been in movement work for so long. You and I can be like water, and we can move. And at least in my tradition, water is a life-giving thing. Amen? So may our work be blessed. May our movement building be true and found to be with dignity and responsiveness by those who are closest to the problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Shalom. That was really cool. Yeah, Bruce Lee is Christ-like. That's one of my takeaways. And next, we'd like to welcome up to the stage City of Tacoma Councilmember Latasha Palmer. Yes. Yes. Latasha Palmer led the way in this effort at the City Council, and I'm so honored to have you here. And it was amazing being at the meeting where Tacoma For All decided to endorse you. That originally Tacoma For All had said, we don't do that. But they didn't count on you, did they? Uh-huh. And neither is Tacoma, and we are all counting on you now. And I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Latasha Palmer, everybody.
Thank you. Can y'all hear me? All right. Yeah, these lights are intense. I'm not gonna lie. Good evening, everyone. I can't tell you how refreshing it is to be in a room full of people who get it. It's a rare occurrence these days. We understand that things don't have to be the way that they are because we know the truth. We know that the housing crisis that we're living through today, it's not natural, it's not inevitable, it's the result of choices. Choices that built a system, if you will, a machine, that treats housing as a commodity, a machine that runs on profit, a machine that pushes people out of their homes, a machine that works exactly as it was designed to work, just not for us. And decades ago, activist Mario Savio said, there comes a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and the levers and make it stop. And for a long time, that's what justice has looked like. People are resisting, people are pushing back, people demanding something better. And that work matters, absolutely. But also, hear me out. We are stepping into a new moment. Do you guys kind of feel that? Because we cannot just ask, how do we stop the machine? Historic resistance movements have taught us that the machine will not just lie dormant. Someone will reactivate it or possibly build something worse. So the question has to be, how can we rebuild the machine? How can the people control it? How can we make it serve the people? Because if this machine was built by people, then it can be rebuilt by people. That is what we call public power. Public power means changing the power source from profit to people. Public power means changing the parts from speculation to stability, from corporate extraction to community ownership, from housing as commodity to housing as a public good. I'm getting blinded up here. In this city, Tacoma For All has been integral in building towards this moment. You've knocked on doors. You, as in, I know most of you are members, so I say you. You've built tenant unions. You've led initiatives that forced the city to immediately reckon with the housing crisis. You've supported progressive candidates. And in doing that, you've been doing something deeper. You've been waking people up, helping people see that this current system, this machine, does not operate without us. And that was the first chapter in the new operation manual. Awareness, courage, learning to push back. Now, with your support, Tacoma For All can start the next chapter. Something is shifting in Tacoma, nationwide, worldwide. More people are paying attention, saying that this just doesn't make any sense, saying that enough is enough, and they're organizing. And we also are beginning to see mission-aligned candidates making it to the dais today, and the power to elect even more tomorrow. So now the question changes. Not just how do we stop or push back on the system, but how do we take hold of it? How do we redesign it? How do we build something that actually works for us? And in housing, the answer is clear. Social housing, community land trusts, cooperatives, homes that are community owned, permanently affordable, accountable to people, not profit. But we don't stop there. We can't stop there, because housing is not just about shelter. It's about how we live together. Freedom to live full lives requires local power, creating spaces where people gather, organize, access and share resources, build community and parallel systems, better machines, that make the current broken ones obsolete. Not as consumers, not as participants, not extracted from, as participants, not extracted from, but as empowered owners. That is what it looks like to build beyond the current system, beyond the current machine. And that is what your support allows Tacoma For All to continue to do. Not just as a force that resists the system, but a force that can remake it. Not just a movement that demands, but a movement that rebuilds. And this will take all of us. It takes resources, commitment. It will take people in this room deciding that we are not here to survive this system. We are here to build a better one. We're here to build a Tacoma where housing is stable, where housing is affordable, a Tacoma where our neighborhoods belong to us. That is the promise of public power. So tonight, let's not just believe in that future, let's invest in that future. Let's organize for it, and let's build it together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Latasha Palmer. All right, you have heard from our amazing speakers. You know what we're trying to do. Now let's answer Kashana's question. What are you ready and willing to do to make safe homes possible for all? We'd like to welcome next Ann Dorn to the stage to help us. Ann is the chair for Tacoma For All, a tireless advocate for countless people and families here, and we are so grateful that she is leading us. Here, Ann.
Hello, friends. It is an absolute joy and honor and privilege to be in this room tonight, and just like Kashana shouted out earlier, wow, look around, y'all look so good. I have the great privilege of talking to you about power, and power comes from money, right? Now it comes from other things too. We've got folks in this movement who are knocking doors. We have folks who are doing data entry. We have all kinds of leaders who have risen up and have answered this call and are setting their sights on building that vision that Councilmember Palmer just laid out for us. A vision in a world where people have dignified, affordable, stable housing. Who wants to see that world? And it takes everyone. It takes everyone in this movement fighting and giving what you have to give. And tonight, we're going to raise $30,000. Folks, this has never been more necessary. As we look around us and we see the way that the world has changed, I don't know about y'all, but I feel, I look at events on the national stage and I feel to some degree, to a huge degree, like a sense of powerlessness, right? Like I can't jump in a jet and go to Washington, D.C. and convince our administration that genocide is wrong and evil, right, by myself. But what we can do is build on a local level. We can build powerful movements. We can build movements that inspire other cities. We can lead the way in tenant rights. And this is an important battlefield, y'all, because tenant rights is where we challenge the billionaire ruling class. Am I right? Having helped write this initiative, having the honor of helping contribute to the Safe Homes for All initiative, I feel pretty confident in saying to y'all tonight that when this passes in November, this will usher in some of the strongest, boldest tenant protections this nation has ever seen. And that's how we fight. That's how we fight the rise of fascism. That's how we fight in a world where we see these wars unfolding on the national stage. We fight here, we fight together, we build strong local movements, and we build strong community. And that starts here tonight, folks, with these leaders. You, the leaders of this movement, the people in this room, who are gonna get us there. And I have some good news, and I have some bad news. Now you're curious. So the good news, let's go good news first. We are stronger than we've ever been as a movement. Tacoma For All. We have a stronger coalition. We are so proud to be working with Indivisible, Common Good, the Tacoma Democratic Socialists of America, UFCW 367, and other partners. And we started this campaign with $40,000 in our bank account, which is pretty cool. And let me tell you, folks, when we started the Tenant Bill of Rights, things were very different. This movement has grown. I think we tried to cut off RSVPs for this event at 200. And there's something like 220 of you in the room tonight. So you show up, and you've kept showing up. And now the bad news. The landlord lobby, the corporate landlord lobby. Do you think they want us to win? No, they don't want the boldest, most advanced tenant protections in the nation. That's not on their 2026 bingo card, folks. And last time around, they spent They outspent us almost 4-1 to try to defeat our grassroots, people-powered, scrappy little movement. What do you think they're gonna do this time? Yeah, you know, I'm gonna take a guess. I think they'll spend $500,000. I think they'll spend $500,000. Now, folks, we've got something they don't have and never will. And someone wanna like shout it out, just name it. What sets us apart? Absolutely, we have each other, right? So the National Realtors Association wrote a check for like $200,000 last time, but they don't have community, they don't have connection, they don't have love, they don't fight for the same reasons we fight. They fight for profit, we fight for lives. Oh, thank you. There are a couple ways to give tonight. And first of all, I want to thank our donors who've come forward with some matching gifts. And I'm really, really excited about this, folks, because we have $12,500 on the table right now. And this can be unlocked under certain conditions. I'm going to explain that. But first of all, could I go ahead and have Tim Vega, Beverly Allen, would you stand up? Tim is a member of the on the steering committee of Tacoma Democratic Socialists of America. Beverly Allen and I together have grown Nexus Legal Counsel, a local law firm, and together we are all putting $12,500 on the table tonight for matching gifts. And so here's how that's gonna work, folks. Any one-time gift tonight of $500 will be matched by our donors here. So your gift of $500 will turn into $1,000 here tonight. That's a lot of money for Tacoma For All. Then we have one other matching gift opportunity, which is that if you give $25 per month as a monthly contribution to Tacoma For All, or you increase your giving by $25 per month, then we will match $250 per contribution. So, yeah. This doubles your money. This puts money in the pockets of Tacoma For All. It pays for the fight. It pays for our staff. It pays for our mailers. These campaigns are expensive. I would direct you to turn to the back of your program, if everybody could take a look. And this explains the match. So one-time gifts of $500 up to $7,500 here tonight, folks, will be matched. And then if you give $25 per month, if you are a new contributor to Tacoma For All, or if you're a current contributor to Tacoma For All, and you increase your giving by $25 per month, our matching donors will give $250. Does that make sense, everybody? Woo, nailed it. Awesome. So table hosts, what I'd like you to go ahead and do, if you could, every table host has a packet. If you could go ahead and open your packet, and we've got donation envelopes. You can circulate those among your table. And folks, I wanna also say it's really exciting to have the chance to double our funds tonight and to make this money go further. But every dollar counts, every single dollar. And I want everyone here tonight to know, not everyone can give $500. Not everyone can give $25 a month. I think all of you have a buck. You've all got a couple bucks, and Tacoma For All needs it. So at whatever level you are able to contribute to this fight, I want you to know that that gift is appreciated. It will be honored. It will be put to good use. We appreciate the larger gifts, but we really appreciate everything that flows into our pockets to fight this fight. We'll give them a second. They're talking amongst themselves. Okay, as y'all are doing that and passing out these envelopes, what I would just ask, is there anyone in the room tonight who can do a $500 gift and turn that into $1,000? All right, awesome, yay! I got two, Thank you, Julia. Awesome. Oh, amazing. Thank you. Oh, okay, incredible. We've got a lot of hands going up. Folks, I think we just raised probably 10 grand right here, right now for Tacoma For All. Is there anyone in the room tonight who can increase their monthly contribution or start giving monthly if you're not yet? Yes, Marilyn. Yeah. That's such a good question. Marilyn asked, if you have a monthly pledge, when does that start? What you need to do tonight is take your donation envelope, circle the level of donation that you can increase your giving by, and our staff will get in touch. So they will contact you and make sure that we understand how much you're wanting to give. Is there anyone here tonight who can give for the first time $25 a month or increase your giving by $25 a month? Can I see? All right. Okay, how many do we have? One, two. Amazing. No, folks, this gift, I didn't say this earlier, but we actually need 20 people. We need 20 of you. In order to unlock the matching funds, we need 20 of you to come through with giving of $25 a month. So let me see those hands again. Who can do $25? Keep them up if you would. Can you help? We need to get to 20 folks who can make that commitment and power this grassroots movement. What are we at? Okay. We're counting here. Keep those hands up. Thank you. We got to get to 20 gifts in order to unlock this matching fund. Okay, incredible. We're past 30. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. This is going to take all of us fighting, sacrificing, and working hard. I'm honored to be in this fight with y'all. Let's keep going.
Thank you, Ann Dorn. Round of applause once again for Ann, please. Yes. And please continue to fill out your donation cards. If you're not, you are welcome to do so now again. And please put those into the manila envelope once you have finished that. Thank you. Now, there are so many ways to make this initiative happen. We have included some upcoming opportunities on the back of the program tonight, if I can address your attention to that, after you've given us some more money. Thank you. And just go ahead and take a look. Yes. No. If you are doing it online, you do not have to do it on the card. Thank you. And if you're interested in volunteering or learning more, please stop by the registration tables where you came in, and you can see opportunities to volunteer, sign up, do things like that.
And I just wanted us to give a special shout out to Eden Redmond here, who has put this program together. Thank you guys so much. Please help yourselves to cake and refreshments over there. And we need to head out about 7 o'clock. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for coming out.